Hi, Leo and Leo Rising. Here's your horoscope for June 2024. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, another very important month ahead. This is because now we have Jupiter going through Gemini. It entered Gemini on May the 25th and will stay in this 11th house for you guys until May of 2025. And in this alignment that Jupiter is going to be in beginning this month, this is all about acquaintances, friendships, community, charities, things that you want to do for the future. And as you can see here, the sun, the ruler of your sign, is also in Gemini, and Venus is also in Gemini, and later on we'll have Mercury in Gemini, and the new moon will be in Gemini. So it's lighting up this 11th house in a big way for many of you. So many of you may be a part of a larger community. Maybe you're getting more recognition for your work. Maybe you're working with charities. Maybe you're working with a lot of organizations that you once wanted to be a part of. And it definitely leans towards the future. But one thing is for sure, all this Gemini energy, there's a lot of communication this month for many of you. So again, this is a general sun sign reading for anyone who has a sun sign in Leo or a rising sign in Leo. This is a Western astrology tropical reading. It's a very general reading because I don't have everybody's birth chart, and everyone's birth chart is completely different. So anyway, this month is going to be very important with all those planets there. The second half of the month, we'll have the sun, Venus, Mercury will all go into the 12th house. This is time to lay low, reflect on the past. We also have a big move by Mars. Mars will leave Aries this month and will go into the 10th house of career. So amping up the desire to accomplish more, to make more money, anything to do with values and possessions. This is all going to be on the table here. It will come into a square to Pluto in the 7th house, so there may be a little friction with someone in your life. So let's dive in and see what's going on here. So on the second, we have Jupiter in Gemini trining Pluto in Aquarius. So here's Jupiter, 1 degree. There's Pluto, 1 degree. This is a very favorable alignment in astrology. Sometimes it's too easy going. So this is something coming your way with another person. And by the way, this can last for a couple of days because Jupiter moves very slowly. So this could be with another person, an organization. Maybe you're dealing with learning from something or someone. With a partner or partnerships. Maybe you're working out contracts and agreements for a business dealing of some kind. Whatever it is, it seems to be a little bit more on the favorable side because of the trine alignment in astrology. This could be maybe meeting a new friend and they're changing your life or you're changing their life in some way. You see, that's how it works. But whatever it is, Jupiter's involved, so it's going to expand things. And it has a lot to do with other people. So this is definitely a big month for having a lot of people around you, that's for sure. Now, Mercury enters Gemini on the 3rd. Here is Mercury. Mercury enters its home sign of Gemini. Now, here is when the communication and the thinking goes through the roof for the next 3 weeks. Because Mercury loves to think and it loves to communicate. And your sign, or Leo, likes to express itself. So here we see this is going to be very important. For self-expression, for connection with others, for ideas. Pay attention to those ideas because they're in the 11th house, which is very much a visionary house. And so you may be having so many thoughts running through your head that you don't know how to stop them. And so, which in turn could have a little trouble with sleeping. We've had all this solar activity as of the last couple of months, the last couple of weeks. And there's been a lot of sleepless nights or restless nights that many people have had, including myself. Now, the new moon in Gemini on the 6th also lights up this 11th house. This is going to be at 16 degrees. It's going to be closely aligned to Venus. So this definitely has to do with a partnership, a relationship, a friendship, something to do with financial matters or a partnership are definitely in the mix here. It could be somebody new comes into your life, a new business partner, a new friend that wants to help, or you want to help them. Whatever it is, again, communication is really strongly highlighted here. The only downside to this new moon is it's going to be squaring Saturn right here. So it does have a financial undertone to it, a deep psychological side to it. And so you'll have to make a decision about this new friendship or investment opportunity that comes your way. Maybe you're not sure. Maybe it's too good to be true, that kind of stuff. But definitely another person involved here. Somehow, some way, there is another person involved in this connection or relationship. It could be an organization too, a community, because this is the house of community. So next 2 weeks, you'll see how it unfolds. Now, Mars finally leaves Aries and goes into Taurus on the 9th, right there in your 10th house of career and status. So for many of you, this is going to be more focused on your business endeavors, money-making opportunities, investments, taking charge of your career. And so that's what Mars in Taurus is going to do for many of you. Now, unfortunately, Mars is going to square Pluto, as you can see here, at 0 degrees. And over the next couple of days, all up until about the 13th or 14th, Mars will be squaring Pluto, which means a little tension, a little frustration. It could be that you're overworked. Maybe the people surrounding you are giving you a hard time. Remember, this is about partnerships. This is about career. So maybe you're having issues with a partner, a business partner, or a personal relationship. There's some tension, there's some restlessness, there's irritability, whatever it is. Mars is going to bring it out, because Mars and Pluto can be very much egotistical, power hungry, power driven, that kind of thing. So maybe you're encountering people in this new group or organization, or this new friend all of a sudden starts to show you their true colors, that kind of stuff. So it could be a relationship, a marriage, a business, partnership, an acquaintance, whatever it is. Pay close attention to your surroundings and the people you let into your life as Mars makes its way through Taurus, at least for the next couple of days. After that, it'll be fine. But it's just this period that I'm talking about here. Here, Mars squares Pluto on the 11th exactly. So it's a couple of days on either side. And I'm going to say probably right around the 14th. All right, Venus enters Cancer. Now the dynamics start to change. As you can see here, now we have Venus and Mercury both entering the sign of Cancer. Now, Cancer is a very watery, emotional sign. And when you have planets in the 12th house, it kind of, squashes your zeal, your zest for life. Not in a negative way, but you just start feeling more emotional. You start feeling more sensitive than normal. And you're like, you can't put your finger on why it's happening. And this is why it's happening. This shift of energy is happening. And the 12th house is like, I want to withdraw. I don't want to pay attention to anything. Leave me alone. That kind of thing is when you have planets in the 12th house. One of the things about Venus in the 12th is communication with people from the past. Usually this has a lot to do with, relationships you've been involved in, women, in particular, if you're a man, if you're a woman. Again, it pertains to lovers from the past, but it also could be a very nostalgic time for both sexes, having to do with mother figures or nostalgia, going down memory lane, thinking about the childhood memories you had, the neighborhoods you grew up in, and so on and so forth. Anything to do with Cancer has a lot to do with that, especially in the 12th house, because the 12th house is where we feel limited. And it's like, you're isolated. It's the doorway to spirituality. So you're really questioning everything about what am I doing? Where am I going? I'm not sure. It's a foggy, nebulous 12th house, but it's also very intuitive. So please pay attention to your intuition. The sun enters Cancer as well on the 20th and 21st. Now the sun is your ruler. This helps out a lot, because the sun is very vital, but it's also very creative. It's a very creative force. It's a strong energy. In the 12th house, the visions, the dreams, the creativity is also very strong. So maybe you find yourself now with the sun going through Cancer for the next 30 days in a very creative state of mind. If you're an artist, you become more creative, or you're finding ways to amuse yourself or do things on your own. Maybe you're working on a project. And so these planets will be making favorable alignments to Mars. So anything to do with working by yourself for your business, or taking care of matters that need to be taken care of by yourself, will absolutely benefit you at this time. So I would encourage that, okay, with the sun going through there. Next month, when the sun is in Leo, now you're in your element. The full moon, also on the 22nd, is going to be in Capricorn, the 6th house of health and service. And so this is where you begin to question, okay, is my project done? What else do I need to do? My sense of direction and purpose. Capricorn and Saturn also rule purpose. And so this is going to activate the 6th house. Maybe you're not feeling up to par. Maybe you want to lay low. but it has a lot to do with your job. Maybe you're stressed at work because you're working so hard. Pay attention, because it's going to be very important, because it's lighting up the 6th house. And if it doesn't pertain to you, maybe it's somebody in your life. Could be a child, could be a boss, it could be somebody in your household, like a pet, that's not doing too well. Pay attention to that as well. Then we have Saturn going retrograde in Pisces on the 29th, right here. There it is in stationary position. It'll keep moving backwards for about 4 months. In this retrograde is a deep psychological side to things. The 8th house has to do with a deep psychological side of life. So rather than moving the energy forward, outward, there's a tendency to go within and question everything. So for the next 4 months, Saturn is going to be working its magic, saying, okay, how bad do you want this? Yeah, do you remember that? Do you remember this? And it's going to force you to kind of do things a little bit with a little more oomph in them. Okay? Anyway, there you have it, Leo. Stay tuned. I have an important message I want to share with you. Have a great month, and I will talk to you soon. Hi. Thank you so much for watching my monthly astrology. I really appreciate your support over the years. Have you ever considered learning astrology? Well, you're in luck, because I've created a full online astrology course in my private community. It's a full 6-module course that takes you from the beginning of astrology, what it all means, the mythologies, the houses, all the way to the more advanced techniques, such as progressions, solar returns, how to read transits, how to make predictions. It's all there in this course here. And I even dive into some of the mysterious stuff, what some of the symbolism is all about. So I think you might want to check it out if you're interested. Along with the course, we have a very tight-knit community here where everyone helps each other out. And so if someone knows a lot about astrology, they help other people with astrology. So it's a community that really gets involved and, really wants to learn and help each other out. But as you can see here, I have a whole lot more on this private community. I also have the Inner Circle live calls each week. Now, this is something that I do twice a month on YouTube, but here I do them on a weekly basis. And I talk about various topics. You get to ask me questions, we interact, and we learn a whole lot more than just astrology. So this could be anything from astrology to what's going on in the world, predictions, politics, whatever it is. We talk about it in the Inner Circle calls. Of course, I do have videos here that I do not have on YouTube, so you get those too. And then I've got a private resource vault, which has videos that I suggest watching, books suggested reading, meditations, and more. So if you're interested in learning astrology or want to be part of a great community that's really growing fast, head on over to the link down below and click on the link and join today. All right? Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.